Hey guys, I wanted to set up a video and show you guys some helpful tips concerning the resurrection path or the return path in AION Goblin. Anyways, so what we're going to do is I had a path in there and I'm just going to delete all the contents because we're going to make our new one. Alright, so what we want to do first is set ignore mobs, and we're going to set it to true. That way we're not trying to fight any of these mobs. Now, the other thing that I did prior to this is I went and killed myself. That way, so when we select the soul healer, I actually have some XP to regain. So I'm going to click no for now, but we're going to set this up. So first thing we need to do is interact with this NPC, and we go over to here and all the way down to keyboard, mouse, and others. Select target by name, and with this target highlighted, just hit do it, and then that will select it, and it'll give a name and a location. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to press the attack or chat key. That way we can interact, and they're going to basically, if you hit the C key on the game window, that'll pull up this dialog box. Next thing we need is a left click, so that way we can actually heal ourselves every single time. So mouse, under keyboard, mouse, and other, mouse left click, hit do it. And now it's going to ask us to place the cursor and hit escape. So we place the cursor over our heal soul, hit escape, and then that memorizes where the left click is. Now, one thing to note during this process is for this video, I have it in full screen mode. When you are botting, especially AFK botting for any extended period of time, you always want to run it in windowed mode. And what that's going to do is actually change our left click location. So again, let's try it in our preferred mode, or the mode that we're going to be using all the time. And as you can see here, in the full screen mode and in windowed mode, it changes. So we're going to delete this full screen one, keep the windowed one, because when we bot, it seems to have some issues in full screen mode, so just do it in windowed mode. Even windowed full screen, it has some issues. Okay, anyways, enough of that. So heal soul, and then our next click is going to be this yes button. And we're going to, again, another left mouse click, hit do it, and hit OK, and then hit escape. Now that gives us our 2 points to do it, and after that we're done. So I'm going to hit no because I want to run this as a test and see if what we did actually worked. Now, before we continue, what happens is there's no pause in between all this. So ignore mob, select target, attack, left click, right click. It's just going to cycle right through it. What I like to do is add pauses in between there, just because sometimes you get a little lag, whatever the reason. So select the add pause button under path manipulation, just add pause. The default is always going to be 1 second or 100 milliseconds. And for the purpose of this, I usually just leave it default, but you can change it to whatever you want to. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm adding pauses in between all of these all of these, whoops, here we go. Now I'm going to delete this one, and it looks like it's not allowing us to add a pause there. So we need to add another left click. The way that we do that, just go down to keyboard, mouse, and other, mouse left click, hit do it. I like to pull this off to the side and hit OK, and now we will hit escape. And that will pull it in there. And then hit no, just so we can confirm this that works, and then whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And then afterwards, I'm going to add a pause. Okay, so now we have ignore mobs, select the target, press attack, left click for the first interaction button, and left click for the OK button, and a pause. And then afterwards, it's a very simple path recording back to your main starting point. So I'm just going to record something out here, get this guy away, and just to see if it works. Now I'm going to stop recording. Now, let's see if this actually works. And the way that we do that is kind of any good coder is going to test and verify. So we will save this. We're going to save this as a new resurrection path. Now, keep in mind, I have a whole bunch of resurrection paths in here, and these first 2 numbers are corresponding with the level of the character that I'm resurrecting. So for this one, he's a level 60 Templar. And I'm going to say level 60, and then REZ is my designation for a resurrection path. And then what I usually do in the next one is type my location, so I know which bind point that I'm coming from. So for instance, this one is Ingison. INGGISON. And we're going to head somewhere, either the south gate or the north gate, or you can run it wherever. So I'm just going to label this as Ingison test. That way I know what exactly it's done, and I won't use this later on. Now, so we're going to run this. So I'm going to close these windows out, and we're going to run the bot and see how it works. So hitting F6, and it looks like I may have, yeah, I do. I have a full log file, so I need to restart that. So off key, I'm just going to reset it by hitting the I button or something like that. Okay, now we're going to hit return path. We're going to do it from the beginning. That way we can test that all those keys worked. It may be a little bit laggy because I'm also doing a video recording at the same time, and I don't have the God's best computer on the planet. But we'll see. And let's see, select a target. It's going to go over to the point. Hopefully select the target. There it is. Hit heal soul. Remember the pauses that we added, so it's just not instantaneous. There, it heals the soul. Now it's going to go to the next point and start my return path. So I'm going to abort it here, or by pressing F8. And anyways, that's how to set up an effective soul healer return path. If you have any questions, please give me a shout. I'd be happy to help.